What's up, everybody? So this song is tuned a full step down, so we're gonna have to tune every string down a full step. So your low E string is gonna be tuned down to a D. Your A string is tuned to a G. Your D string is tuned to a C. Your G string is tuned to an F. B string to an A. And then the high E string to a D. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to play the first little part now that you guys got your guitars tuned down a full step. The first little part sounds like this. Okay, so to make it less confusing, I'm going to call the strings out as if they were in standard tuning, even though we're tuned down a full step. Okay, so again, I'm using my thumb to cover the low E string on the 3rd fret, and you're going to be kind of pedaling the bass note again throughout this song. Sometimes it's going to be on the low E, and sometimes it's going to be on the A string on the 3rd fret, okay? So I'm using my thumb on the low E string, and the first couple notes is... Okay, so that's low E with the thumb, open G, and then you're going to pluck the high E and the low E on the 3rd fret and open high E. Okay? Then you're gonna pull off from the 3rd fret on the B string to open. But right when you pull off, you're gonna hit the low E string again. So it's okay, so after you pull off, hit the low E, you're going to come back to the 3rd fret on the B string. I'm using my middle finger. Low E string again. Okay, so your middle finger is on the 3rd fret on the B string. You're going to use your pinky to hammer on and pull off on the 5th fret on the B string. Okay, so you're using your pinky to hammer on and pull off on the B string from the 3rd to the 5th, and you're going to land on the 2nd fret G string. Okay, so slowly it's going to look like this, and it's kind of tricky to get the timing down on this song, but again, you'll get it the more that you practice. But this is how it looks slowly. Okay. After you land there with the pluck on the 2nd fret G string, you're going to pluck it again, so it's going to be twice. Okay, so after you pluck that twice, you're going to hit the 4th fret on the G string by itself. Okay, so then you're going to pluck again on the 2nd fret G string and the low E while your thumb is still on the low E. Then open G by itself. Low E. And then open D string and then low E. Okay, so it's and then right when you hit that low E to end it, you're gonna go right back to the beginning. So it's that low E, then G. So it's so another way I was playing in the intro that you can do is instead of that you can do. Okay, so what that is a hammer on pull off from the 2nd to the 4th, and then to open. So you're gonna hammer on the G string, pull off, and then pull off again. And you're gonna pluck with the low E on the initial note, and then low E again, and then that open D string to the beginning again, low E, back to the beginning. Okay, so I'll play it slowly with the hammer on pull off. Okay, so you could do that part either way. They both sound really cool. And then it's going to jump into the next part, which sounds like this. Okay, so the way to get into that part, you're switching now to the 3rd fret A string instead of the 3rd fret low E. Okay, so the way that you get into that, I'm going to play it from the beginning so you can see it. Okay, then you're going to land right there, right at that point, on the 3rd fret A string. So you got your, I use my middle finger, you got your middle finger on the 3rd fret A. You're going to pluck that with the open D and hammer on into the 2nd fret. So then you're going to pluck it, the A and the open G, and then 2nd fret G by itself. Okay? Then you're going to pluck the 4th fret G, with, I use my pinky right here, with the A. Okay, so it's... Then you're going to come underneath to the 3rd fret B string. I use my ring finger. You're going to pluck again with the A and the B, both on the 3rd fret. And then open E with the A. Okay, so slowly again from the beginning of that part. Okay, after you pluck that high E in the A, you're going to hit the open B and then the A on the 3rd fret. Then you're going to pluck the high E again with the A and then the B by itself, followed by the 3rd fret A bass note. Okay, that's where we're at. Then you're gonna hit the open high E bass note on the 3rd fret. Okay, so that's gonna be a pull off on the 3rd fret B string. And then you're gonna land right back on the 3rd fret again. So right when you pull off, you're hitting that bass note. Then you land. When you're landing, it's by itself. Then you hit the bass note. Okay, so after you do that pull off, then you land back on the 3rd. You're gonna hit the open high E again. So after that high E open, you're gonna come back to the 2nd fret G and pluck it with the A to the 4th again. So this second part looks like this again from the beginning slowly. So it's pluck, pluck, 4th fret, pluck on the 2nd, open G, then the bass note, and then that open D again, and then you're going to go right back to the beginning. You bring your thumb right back to the low E again on the 3rd fret, and do that beginning part again, okay? So here's the whole second part slowly. Okay, so that's the whole part. Now, one other thing that you can do while you're playing that part, when you get to the point where you go, so when you get to this part, okay, instead of the high E, you could play the B string on the 5th fret. So it would look like this. it's just kind of a stretch to get there. I think that's the way that Hozier plays it on that 5th fret B, but I kind of substituted for the open E. Okay, it sounds pretty much the same. It's just a little bit easier to play like that. So again, I'm going to try to play it with the B string on the 5th fret so you can see how to do it. Okay, so you could do it like that also. Okay, so those are the two main riffs throughout the song until it gets to the chord part. And I'm going to show you the chords. So the first one is going to be on the 3rd fret, bar, 4th fret on the G, and then 5th fret on the A and the D. And you strum the whole thing. Then it comes to the 7th fret, 8th fret, and 9th fret, and you're going to be barring on the 7th from the A string down. It's going to be the 8th fret on the B, and the 9th fret on the D and the G. And you strum from the A string down. And this is the next one. You're coming back up to the low E again, barring on the 8th fret. And then it's going to be 9th fret on the G, and then 10th fret A and D. Okay, so it's from the beginning. Then back up to the 3rd again. Does it twice, and then back to the 3rd again for a 3rd time. You come here again, and then instead of going here after this, you're going to come to the 5th fret. You're going to bar the 5th fret, and then on the 7th fret you bar from the D string down. So this 5th fret up from the A string down, and 7th fret from the D string down. Okay, then you bring it down 2 frets from the, so you're on the 3rd and the 5th now. Okay, so the last one sounds like this. Okay. Okay, then before he gets back to the beginning riff again, he does a part where he's doing the bar chord on the 3rd fret. Then he goes to this bar chord on the 3rd fret where you're going to be barring from the A string down on the 3rd, and then the D string down on the 5th. And you're going to keep going back and forth. Like that. And then he just goes right back into the main riff again, the beginning riff. So again, for the chords, I'm going to play it slow so you can see how they go. It does that twice. Then he does that second part I showed you. And then back to the main riff again. Alright, cool guys, so that's all the main parts of the song. You should listen to the song so you can piece it all together and practice. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do for more lessons coming up, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.